Hey guys, how are you doing? Haven't done a live for a bit actually, but I wanted to come on and talk about a deal that I've done in the last week or so. This kind of deal is very, very possible as well, even for people new to this business, even for people with no experience, even for people with not much time as well. So I'm going to actually go through how that's better. So I'm going to go through how I made £8,268 from a product that I never saw, I never touched it, and I didn't even pay for it either. This is a typical example of the kind of deals that you can do all online these days. Very, very, very possible for anyone to jump in, get started, and make money on deals without touching any stock, without seeing it, and without paying for it. And I'm going to talk you through the actual steps of how I made this money. Okay. The actual product was some bottled water. All right. So I'm going to talk you through the context of this deal and how it came about, how I found the contact who had this water, and how I made that deal happen, how I took that deal from 0 to thousands in the bank, guys. The crazy thing is, what a lot of people have is these limiting beliefs that deals like this can't happen for normal everyday people. And honestly, a deal like this, earning over 8 grand, can happen to you because of what I call the path of least resistance. Meaning that you can actually make maximum money for minimum effort. All right, which is what a lot of people want to do. A lot of people want to make an extra income. A lot of people want to make extra money, but they think it's going to take too much time, or they're not going to have time. They think they're not going to be able to do it because they're not an expert and they don't have the knowledge. They think they're going to not be able to do it because they don't have any know-how or contacts to get into this business. But they are very, very simple steps once you know how to do this business. And it all starts right at the beginning. It all starts with making connections, making contacts. All right, so when you make contacts, you are literally doing it all online. You're not going out somewhere to meet someone face to face and shake the hand. Gone are the days where when you make connections and when you make contacts, brand new contacts with people. Gone are the days where you've got to go and meet someone face to face or have a face to face meeting. Even phone calls as well. Those days are gone, guys, where you've got to get on the phone, and a lot of people are apprehensive, fearful of getting on the phone and talking to someone because they think that they might not know what to say because they don't have the expertise or the knowledge. In this business, here's the cool part. You can actually trade any kind of product you can think of. There's millions and millions, isn't there? In fact, it's probably infinity. It's infinite because there's new products coming out all the time. The crazy thing about this business is that you can actually make money from any product, because you don't need to be the expert. You don't need to have knowledge on these products that you find. So let's go back to the beginning and let's start with how did I get the ball rolling to make over £8,000 from some products that I found online. So it all started using, and this is like one of many different methods of actually going and finding surplus goods online. So I use a free, very, very under the radar UK government website Yeah, I use a free, completely free. It's a government website, and it's basically it's like a register or directory of businesses that import goods into the UK, all right, through the year. And it also gives you details of businesses that have imported goods previous years as well. Okay, so obviously when a business in the UK imports some goods from overseas, they will go into this directory, and it will tell you what they import, when they imported it, and you know who they are, and that kind of information. Okay, so this free government directory is something that I've made like many thousands of pounds on in the last few years, and it's so under the radar. No one even uses it for making money with. All right, no one does. So this government directory, which by the way, I give you the whole training inside my Surplus Trader Academy. You get full access to how to use it. Basically, I show you and teach you exactly how to use this website to make money with. But ultimately, it's a free government website. It's completely free, and you can actually go on there and you can search for businesses that have imported a specific product or product category. You know, very, very specific products. You can build a list of companies that have imported a specific product in the last 12 months or in the last couple of years or previous years. And so these are active companies, you know, businesses, real businesses who are making money there, and they are importing products to either use in their business, or they're importing products to resell, basically. So I built a list of some companies that import, let's say, sugar confectionery and biscuits and that kind of thing, you know. And so I built a list, and it gives you the company names, all right? So you get a list of company names. And I basically give that list to either my VA, virtual assistant, and get her to build a list of email addresses from those businesses that I've got that list from, all right? Or I will just do it myself manually through Google searches, or I might find that business on LinkedIn and then connect with a person in that company. A few different methods of connecting with people. But the great part about this is all I'm basically doing is I am reaching out to these businesses through email or online messaging, like LinkedIn Messenger or wherever. Okay, if you can email companies, if you can email people and you can message people online, you can do this business. All right, that's it. You can do it. If you've got a computer or laptop and you've got Wi-Fi and you can email people and you can message people, that is all you actually need to get started in this business. All right, that's all you need. You don't need to learn any like special skills or technical stuff. If you can email companies, if you can email people and you can message people online, you can jump straight into this business. Okay, so what I did on this free government website, I built a list of companies that import sugar confectionery, biscuits and that type of thing. So these are direct importers of these goods. And I email them. I email them a letter, and now obviously it's fairly cold email. I'm emailing these businesses, introducing myself and explaining how I can help their company. Here's the cool part. I'm not emailing these businesses to try and sell them anything. I'm emailing these businesses to actually get offered their products, to get offered their surplus goods that they've got in their warehouse, slow moving, surplus, excess stock, you know, unwanted goods that they need to get rid of. So here's the cool part. When we're reaching out to these businesses, we're not trying to sell them anything. We're not spamming them, trying to sell them anything. We're actually trying to buy from them. So that pricks their ears up straight away, because can you imagine these businesses all day long? They're getting emails, they're getting phone calls, they're getting messaging online from people and companies trying to sell them something, sell. There's always someone trying to sell something, to you. I get it myself. But suddenly they receive an email or a message from someone who wants to buy from them. Okay, so that's the angle. We want to buy from these companies. We don't want to sell them anything. We want to buy from them. But you're not actually buying anything from them. Okay, you're offering the service of helping them with their surplus goods. All right, you're not actually physically buying anything from them. Okay, you're not spending any of your money with them. You're literally reaching out to these companies and offering them a high value service. You're saying to them, look, we can help you. We can help you with this stock in your warehouse. It's sat there doing nothing. It's sat there gathering dust. It's sat there taking up valuable storage space. You're paying storage costs on those pallets of goods that are going nowhere. They're just sitting there. Plus, you've got money tied up in that stock. You've got money tied up in those goods, and those goods are going down in value as well. So we want to help you. We want to help you find a home for those surplus goods, so you can free up some cash, you can free up some valuable storage space, and reduce your storage costs. Get some money back on those goods, and use that money to put into new stock. All right, so we're helping these companies. We're also helping them avoid disposing of those goods, paying for those goods to be disposed of, or even going into landfill. And here's a cool thing that we do with businesses, and this deal where I made over £8,000, I've actually saved that company from thousands in costs paying out to dispose of those goods. They would have had to pay out thousands to actually destroy these goods. Okay, what I've done is I've managed to save those goods, not only save those goods, but keep them in circulation and move them to wholesale and retail for them to sell on. So money's going to be changing hands with those goods that were destined potentially for landfill or be disposed of. So we're keeping those goods in circulation, and we're keeping those goods and money exchanging hands. So we're helping the economy as well. This is what we're doing. This is what we're contributing to. All right. So here goes. So this list that I built from this free UK government website, email them with my introduction letter, introducing myself and my business. I offering to help them with any surplus goods that they've got that they want to get rid of. Several days later, I got a reply from one of these companies. I did from a few, but one stood out, and I was like flabbergasted. I was in shock actually when I read the email. So the email sounded like this: "Hi, yeah, we've got a large stock of bottled water. 500 ml bottles of water that we'd like to get rid of. Please find the list attached." So I opened the list up, and with the breakdowns of what stock there was, and obviously with the expiry dates, there was over 2,000 pallet loads, over 2,000 pallets of water. Unbelievable. Like, that is a massive amount. I know for a fact the storage costs on 2,000 pallets of water, that will have been costing them minimum £20,000 in storage costs every month. So my thinking was, right, the first thing we need to do is look at the worst expiry dates on this list. What water on this list, this bottled water, what are the worst expiry dates? So the worst expiry dates were November. So we're literally coming into November tomorrow. So the expiry dates were like 7th to the 15th or something of November. So there's literally like a week or two, and then they expire. But we all know that they're just best before dates. The water is fine for many, many, many months afterwards. It's still drinkable, like soft drinks are, like anything with a best before date. It's absolutely fine. However, the problem is you start getting very limited to where you can sell expired goods. There are businesses that buy expired goods, quite a few, but it's moving that big quantity. So on the list there was 80 pallets of November dated water, 80 pallets, all right? So I thought to myself, right, the only way this is going to make money, because it's worth so little, is what I'm going to propose to this company. So I actually said to the guy, look, I can help with those 80 pallets of November stock. We'll look at the other stock afterwards, because the other stock runs into like January, February, ongoing next year. So let's look at the worst stock first, help you out with that stock, and then we can look at the other stock afterwards another time. So I said to him, look, it's going to cost you thousands to destroy, and you're going to have to do that very soon. I can help with those goods, and I can move it into places that will take very, very short expiry date or even expired water. But for me to be able to make this deal happen, the stock needs to be free of charge. It needs to be free. I need to be just given that stock for nothing. Nothing. 000. I'll give you nothing for it. However, I will make sure that we collect the goods from the warehouse. You don't have to handle any transportation costs. We'll collect it, but we'll just take it all completely free. All right? A day or two later, the directors of the company agreed, because they were thinking, yeah, let's just snap the hand off. We need to just get it out. We're freeing up 80 pallet spaces and 80 pallet spaces of storage costs immediately, and we're not having to transport it anywhere, and we're not having to pay to get those goods disposed of. All right, now, we do get offered obviously stuff that's with longer date. Like I said, there's some other water with longer expiry dates. Yeah, they will have a value. We will be paying something for those goods, depending on what our buyers want to pay. But this stock, it needed to be free of charge. So it was agreed, yeah, come and get it, free of charge, and it's yours. So at that point, I messaged two people on WhatsApp that I knew. One was a wholesaler, all right. One was a wholesaler, and one was a retail, like a retail warehouse. They've got retail warehouses, okay. And so these retail warehouses are literally, it looks like a wholesale warehouse, but they're open to the public, and there's quite a lot of them cropping up in the UK. So it's literally like walking into a warehouse, but open to the public, almost like walking into a Costco warehouse. But it's just full of surplus and clearance stock. Okay, so 2 trucks to half the stock to like a big warehouse operation open to the public, and then another one open, which is a wholesaler. And by the time I added it, and here's the cool part, by the way, as well, I never got involved in any of the transportation, all right, because the price I agreed was the buyer collects the stock, all right, the buyer collects. So I didn't even have to get involved in any transport costs. So over £8,000 in pure profit with no expenses, no transport costs, nothing whatsoever. What did I do to make over £8,000? All I did was I built a list that took me probably half an hour to 1 hour max. Built a list of companies from this free government website. Most of the time I use a virtual assistant, so it takes me 0 time, and I just pay a VA to do it very, very cheap, which you can do, okay? And emailed them in bulk, so it was one touch of a button. Clicked and email them in bulk, like 100 companies, and got a reply on email from this company that offered me the water, and I literally just sent the details to a couple of my buyer connections, and the deal was done. How much time did I actually spend on this deal? If you include like building my contact list, emailing some companies, going through the details of the offer that I got and sending it to my couple of connections that were interested in buying. Probably no more than a couple of hours, no more than an hour and a half maybe, from start to finish. And it made over £8,000. So that's why I call these deals the path of least resistance. It's making maximum money for a minimum amount of time. So there isn't many businesses you can do online where you can spend an hour or a couple of hours a day literally reaching out to some businesses, finding some businesses online, reaching out to them, and then getting offered some of their surplus goods, and then showing those offers to some potential buyers. And by the way, you don't have to find your own buyers as well. When you come into my academy, we take care of that for you. We do all that for you. We find the buyers for you. All right. Or at least we teach you how to find your own buyers if you so wish. All right. So that whole deal and that money was made so fast. It was just made so fast. And this is the kind of business that like a lot of people dream of, because they know that they haven't got any big monthly expenses like most online businesses. Like how much did that cost me to do that deal? How much did it cost me to do that deal? I used a free government website, and I built a list from there of some businesses that import specific products. Built that list for free, okay, and then I email that list for free, and then I got a few replies from companies offering me some of their surplus goods, and then obviously I took care of that deal from there, got the goods free of charge, and actually sold those goods on. So just to give you context on what a good deal looks like, even though I've made over £8,000, what a good deal looks like to these buyers who are hungry for a good deal. All right. So I got those drinks for free. So how they came were in a 6-pack. So it was a half litre, 500ml bottle of water. All right, but shrink wrapped in a 6-pack. So it was a 6-pack of 500ml bottles of water. What would they sell for in the supermarket? $1.99, I would say. I think around $1.99, something like that. So I sold them on to one of the customers for 25 pence per 6-pack. 25 pence for a 6-pack of water, and 28 pence to the other one for a 6-pack of water. Unbelievable. Cheap, very cheap, because they'll probably sell them for £1 in their warehouse. They'll sell them for £1, £1, £1. 6-pack of water, £1. Cheaper than anyone. All right, and they'll clear them through really quickly. So in their eyes, they've bought a ridiculously cheap deal. Even if they have to pick the goods up, they've got a cheap deal. All right, and these are the deals that we find for these hungry buyers. They're making good money, we're making good money, and everyone's happy. So guys, if you love the idea, if you are looking for more, let's call it, I know it's a common thing to say, but if you are actually looking for financial freedom, if you're looking to supplement your income, if you're on one salary, if you're in a 9 to 5 earning a wage that you get monthly, but you wanna plug a side income into it and get some side money coming in and make an extra 5 figures a year, all right, on the side of your job, doing it a few hours a week, then you can come into my academy. And what you're getting basically is, I'm not like a lot of these coaches, because number one, I'm actually here running the same business. So I'm actually doing the thing that I'm teaching, all right? I do what I teach and I teach what I do. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I've been doing it for over 3 decades. So you're not coming in where someone's like just learnt this in the last year or two. I've been in the game since the early 1990s, all right? I know I look very young and handsome, but but no, I've been in the game since 1992, 1993, so a long time, all right, over 30 years. And I started teaching this a few years ago and to a few people, and they started getting results, like copying my methods. And then what happened was a few other people wanted to learn, so I started teaching a few more people, and they started getting results. And so, people were in day jobs and they were earning like, a few thousand on the side each month. I've got a few guys earning like 5 figures extra a month on the side of the job. Some have even left the day jobs and doing it full time. It's awesome. So there's basically a framework to these deals. There's an actual framework to making these deals happen. Build connections, outreach, reaching out to those connections using email and online messaging, receiving surplus offers, validating that surplus offer with some buyers, all right, getting interest from those buyers, and all the while we are in between the seller of those goods and a buyer of those goods. We are purely just the middleman, all right? We're the bridge. That's all we are in this business. We're never ever touching or holding any goods. We don't store anything in a warehouse. I never go out or physically see or handle any goods whatsoever. And the cool part is I never use any of my own money, all right? And I never use a penny of my own money ever. So you can move a few pallets of goods up to many, many truckloads of goods without actually using the process where you don't have to use any of your own money. Now, I know people teach similar in other industries like property. I know in property, people, there's like buy and sell property with no money down. And it's similar because all you are is the middleman. All you are doing is you are finding the property or land for sale, and you are introducing that deal to a buyer, and you are taking a fee in the middle. So you are carrying no risk ever. You haven't got what I'd call traditional monthly costs that you have in like a traditional business will have monthly costs, website costs, running costs, holding stock in a warehouse, paying storage costs, maybe got employees, and all these different overheads that most businesses have. You don't have to be paying out all these big monthly expenses every month. All you have to do is do the free stuff online, find contacts online, reach out to them, outreach, find contacts, outreach, find contacts, outreach. What starts to happen over a period of time, as you can imagine, is all of a sudden you've got thousands of contacts and you've got an abundance of opportunities coming through each week. You've got offers coming through on other surplus goods from other surplus companies, and it's just simply rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So guys, if you are looking for a real, what I call future-proof income that works in good times and bad, without any experience, without buying any products and without risking any of your own capital, then you can come into my Surplus Trader Academy. I've got a few more spots left for this year for those who are serious. And there's 3 different options to come in, 3 different payment options to suit, you know, different people's circumstances. All right. I do like a lifetime fee, and I do a annual fee, and I do a monthly fee as well, a monthly recurring fee. So you know, there's affordable ways of coming in. What you get when you come inside Surplus Trader Academy is obviously you're getting all the trainings, the courses, and the video tutorials to learn the steps. But what you get as well as that, the main value, is you get to work with me, who's been in the business over 3 decades. You get to work with me, and I will work with you one-to-one on these deals that you find. All right, and I will help you on those deals, and I will help you get these deals over the line and secure some profit for you and money in the bank. So for those who are interested, I do like to get on a Zoom call first to have a chat with you and meet you face to face, see what your goals are, see where you are now, see where you want to be, how much time you've got, how much you're looking to make, and just get to know you a little bit. And then I will show you the platform as well. I'll share my screen and show you a platform where everything is. All right, and then we'll see if we can get you started in this business, guys. So I will leave a link under the video and in the comments to book a 30-minute free Zoom call with me. All right, if you want to book a free Zoom call with me, then click the link below and book a call with me. Let's meet and have a chat, friendly chat. There's no sales pitch. There's no pushy sales tactics whatsoever. I'm a guy who's been in the game over 3 decades. Like, I'm still doing this myself, making money out of it. I'm not desperate for people's money, but I do get a buzz out of teaching people how to win and succeed in this business. That's what I love about it. I love that. Yeah, I love teaching it. I love making money in this business, and I love teaching people how to make money in this business as well. I'm just one of those guys, all right? There's no pushy sales tactics whatsoever. If you like it, come in and join and try it, all right? If you don't like it, it's not for you, no problem. Fair enough. Go find another online opportunity that might be a better fit for you. All right, if you are looking for something that doesn't take up much of your time, doesn't affect your social life, and something you don't need to take months and months to learn, like high technical skills or become an expert at something that you can just hit the ground running, jump into very quickly, get started, and make some money and get a deal under your belt within the next 30 days, then let's talk. All right, come and chat with me. Very approachable. If you got any questions at all that you want to ask me first, you can put some questions in the comments as well. All right, my friends, all the best. Happy Friday. Have a great have a great weekend. Wish you all the best. Bye for now. I'll try and turn this off now.